Coach, thank you for taking time with us after the match. Congratulations on the sweep. What were your initial impressions of the match
Yeah, initial impressions from the match, same as what we expected when we came in. Long Beach is a team that makes you play volleyball. They don't make a ton of errors. I think they were probably in the 11% error range from the service line. Not a lot of attack errors. The attack errors they had were pretty aggressive. So kind of what we expected.
Who stood out on your team tonight?
Nobody for the whole match. I thought Zach was probably the most consistent with one hitting error tonight, but I think different guys stepped up at different times.
It seemed like through the first two sets you only had playing even rotation. Is that something that you did on purpose, or just something that just happened tonight?
You know, we don't make a lot of substitutions, and some of that in men's volleyball is just because we don't have a lot of subs to make. You know, we are only allowed a maximum of 6 subs, so we're forced into a situation where in men's volleyball at Division I level, everyone has to play all the way around, and if we make one exchange, that guy gets to go back in, and that's it. So, you know, occasionally we'll use a server. We had a couple guys come in and serve tonight and didn't see any productivity for it. I anticipate us playing generally that same style throughout the season.
Can you tell us how you handled the team after the sweep to Lewis? How did you get the team back on footing?
Well, we got healthy. I mean, we had 2 ankle injuries right before we played Lewis, and I think, you know, we hadn't trained with that lineup very much. That on top of being a first home game of the season, and just catching our rhythm a little bit. You know, there's nothing that brings the team together like a good trip to Hawaii to really cement things. But, you know, just being healthy, honestly, having Zach back on the court is huge for us because he's so steady. And I think if you had to pinpoint one difference, a healthy lineup makes a big difference against a seasoned team.
Can you expand on what were the positives of your Outrigger championship?
Well, Hawaii is a darn good volleyball team, and you know, we played a very good Hawaii team, and we played great. And, you know, looking at Penn State, I think Penn State's a team that's there at the end. They're a Final 6 team, if not a Final 4 team that legitimately competes for a championship. I think Aaron Russell is still probably the best outside hitter in the country. So just to be able to play against those teams is big. And then Ohio State, it'll be interesting to see what they become. But great experience, great time on the road. And yeah, I think trips early in the season for every team and every coach that's traveled, it's amazing what that can do to just kind of bring you together a little bit.
And finally, can you tell us what you are expecting for the rest of the season? What would define a successful season for you?
Well, I'll go on record as saying I think the MPSF is the toughest conference in America, and I don't think you get to take nights off here. You know, teams are going to go 5 often. Long Beach is a great example of a team that, you know, we out-muscled tonight, but because they don't make errors, they push you right to deuce games at the end, and they will improve. And with the youth that's here and the experienced coaches that are here, I just expect a dogfight all the way to the end, and then I expect us to be pretty beat up at the end and face some really good candidates coming out of the MIVA and the EIVA in particular. So we're just preparing for that, kind of keeping an eye on who's out there and who will be strong at the end.
Well, thank you for taking time with us after
Absolutely.
the match, and congratulations on the sweep.
Thank you.